Hey guys, welcome back. The third question that we have over here, Dennis, is home staging necessary? I think this is a very simple question to answer. I'm just going to be showing pictures to answer this question now. These are the before pictures.
This is a real case that we did in Florida.
Take a good hard look. This is before. Then they show the after now. This is after. Tell me which one is better, before or after?
Let's do a comparison.
Of course, after will be a lot better because whenever you do home staging, the house looks a lot more presentable, more livelier actually.
Home staging, there are a lot of different levels. For me, right, these photos are not actually home staging. It's just declutter and to repaint the walls. The higher level of home staging involve renting furnitures, very classy furnitures, nice furnitures to enhance the overall environment. But I felt that home staging is more for vacant unit.
Yes.
Because if you were to rent that expensive designer sofas or cabinets or beds, you need space. If you are renting that furniture, you might not be very comfortable to sleep with.
Very seldom for owner-occupied units actually. Okay, and also not exactly suitable for all units in their very original condition. Because even if you were to do home staging for that particular unit, right, it doesn't really impact the aesthetics of that particular unit.
These old units in very original conditions might look out of space with new designer furnitures or sofa.
And what we're trying to simply say is that sometimes when you declutter a unit, right, it's actually more effective than home staging.
That's right.
Right? It is simple. It is very inexpensive, especially for HDB units actually. Town council can remove up to 3 big item units per week.
This unit is the Florida, a former EC. We spend a minimum 3 to 4K range. But I believe that if it's sold right, the price will be much higher because of the looks itself.
Correct. The first impression of a unit counts every single time.
If you ask me, a buyer will easily pay 5K or 10K more for the after look.
So the fourth question that we have over here is, can I DIY? Do it yourself. Now, when we talk about DIY, it basically means a homeowner, be it a HDB owner or private property owner, sell the property themselves. For a HDB owner, I feel that personally it's easier because if you have any questions, you can call up the HDB hotline.
Nowadays, HDB services are very responsive and very fast. HDB is more regulated. For private property, if you want to ask a lawyer, they might charge you money.
That's correct. But when you are considering to be a DIY seller, do take note there are some challenges. For example, you need to have a little bit of a thick skin because you are going to be hearing a lot of negative remarks or criticism.
Sometimes you'll be facing buyers who will criticize your old cabinets, your that lousy layout. They're harmless. They're just casual remark. But some owners might take it very hard, and especially home proud owners.
Yes, because some owners having stayed in the unit for a long time, they are emotionally attached to the unit. They are not able to detach their personal feelings along with the house they live in, and also what seems like a negative thing to other buyers may seem like a thing that you're very used to. For example, traffic noise. This is a real thing, traffic noise. West sun, noisy neighbors, for example. You're immune to it. You've been staying there for over 10 years.
And some owners might get very defensive. Like many of you mentioned, is the main road very noisy? Some overzealous owner might no, it's not noisy. Sometimes when you try to be overly defensive, it might actually give them a wrong impression.
That's where a third party like an agent really comes into handy, because we are that barrier between that negative remarks and criticism between us and the homeowners actually. Okay. Second key challenge is, instead of having buyers call you, you're very likely to receive calls more from agents actually. The reason is because when agents find out that the seller is marketing it themselves, they are more than likely to call you up offering their services.
There's actually some apps and software that help agents to identify who are the for sale by owner listings. So if you look at the left hand side, this is by each prop. So you can list out by keywords, area and district, even the price range. From our experience, a DIY seller will likely get more calls from agents than get from the actual buyer itself.
Which totally defeats your purpose, because if you're planning to sell yourself, you want to do is to get calls from buyers.
So no wrong or right for those DIY seller who prefers to save on the cost because they've got very tight budget. Go ahead, but just be aware that there's these two key challenges.
If you feel like being a DIY seller is a bit of a hassle, feel free to give myself and Dennis a call. We'll be more than happy to help you have a look at property and implement the right marketing strategies for your unit.
We are agents who don't want to waste time, because if you hand us a property and it get unsold for more than 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you'll be occupying our time. We are commission-based agent, so there's no basic pay. So trust that we will do our best to sell the property in the best timely manner.
Your time is precious, our time is precious too. So let's work together to make a successful transaction.
Yep, that wraps up our 4 questions.
Yes, and thank you so much for watching our video. We hope to see you guys again in our next video.